Um, Hi there. Let's see if I can get.
Hi there.
Hi there.
I
How are you?
finally made it in. Yes, I hear you, but I can't see you yet. It's okay. I'm
Oh,
not
there we
technical
go. Let's see
either.
if I can fix that.
Oh, there you are.
Um, yeah,
There
there I
you are.
am. And so
Yeah,
I'm delighted everybody's here. This is early. Good Lord. Got a whole
we
bunch of
came on
people.
early.
Yeah, well, you know me. I've got to, since I'm not the, whoops, let's see what I do. Um,
Well, it could be worse. We could be in Europe. I have friends in France and in Germany that are absolutely dying because they don't have air conditioning. So,
I just
Oh,
learned that. I had no idea all these years. I mean,
right?
I've never been to Europe. I've only been to
Oh,
Scandinavia.
uh-huh.
Um, but I had no idea.
I haven't heard from my friend in Spain, but she has an apartment here in the States, so maybe she's coming here this weekend.
Ah,
no, nothing that really
let's
stood
see
out.
here.
I
See
think
if
we
we're
need to
doing this
unmute some people.
correctly. See if
Mute.
I get everybody sharing.
Hello,
Hi, how are you? How is
I'm
everybody?
doing good.
Good. I'm trying hard not to screw things up.
Good evening.
Okay,
Yeah, I keep saying I can do
I
other
see
things,
you.
but okay, this is going to be a new class, so it's going to be a little bit different from
So they had to
previous
be
classes.
unanimous to guilty. Wow.
Okay, anybody is you've got some side conversations going, then I'm just going to please request to mute yourself till you get it all organized, and then we can come back. But yeah, this is I had no idea about a number of things. I just find it very funny that
And then the
like
sleep.
next week I'm doing the um
He gave a deposition.
okay sir, whoever's talking, can we you just mute it? I don't think you want us to hear a private conversation, you know. So yeah, I had no idea they didn't have air conditioning. I just found it funny that the Scots drink Boston Dry, and you know,
Mhm.
and I'm doing
Yeah, the whole
the
thing.
Scots accent next week.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be funny.
Is there any way you can mute them?
I'm going to try to see
I
who's.
just sent him a message. I just
Oh,
sent Chris a
thank you.
message.
Okay, buddy, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I can mute, figure out who it is, not unmute. Yeah, hold on. I don't want to make, no. Uh, I think we got somebody quiet now. I hope I
I'm
didn't
here.
okay. Sharon, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I didn't click the wrong button.
No, I clicked and I got back on.
Okay, good. Good, because I'm like, okay. Tell everybody I am not the major guru with this. I do the best I can. Uh, I keep learning something every time, but yeah,
Uh,
getting better. Hi, how are you?
uh,
Okay, if I got everybody. Yeah, I can't legally start. They don't want me to start until actually 6 o'clock because I want to make sure everybody's here. But I get on early just to get rid of some of the, the glitches, which is usually me. I
okay.
usually do something. I'll take responsibility. That's probably something I do or don't do or click wrong or something like that. So I'm just trying to make sure that I've got everybody uh, here, and we'll wait for some more people. Okay, some people are saying they want to chat. Oh, okay. I'm saying I'm not really
So,
good with the chats yet. I'm learning
a
that. Okay.
quick question.
No,
Do
you
you,
can have the video on and the you can talk, because I do like, and I'm going to go into this in the presentation, but I do like class participation. It's just if you have side conversations going and this happens, we're at home. You know, the kids start screaming, dog's barking, mine might. She's kind of in a mood. So just please, be respectful if you notice, like, okay, it's getting a little bit noisy, got to put the kids to bed first. Then go right ahead, mute yourself and then come back on. But really, I do like an interactive class. We just have to be respectful, let people talk one at a time. I know it's not easy, and I'm not that good at, part of it's my fault. I'm not that good at doing the chats and the raising of the hand. I'm learning, but I tend to, okay, there we go. Again, another person. So I'm
You're
trying to
not
catch
alone.
people as they come in. So I'm trying to get, do better. Hey, Robert, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you, and I hope you're as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, just doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. I'm kind of excited about this class. I hope, I'm always ready to make adjustments. So if something works, doesn't work, we can fix it. This is going to be a little bit different, mainly because I noticed that a number of people don't have certain skills, and I'm kind of surprised. So uh, we're going to go into some of that, particularly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. If you're a singer, you probably know it, but they tend to gloss over this with actors. So we're going to kind of go into that. And
The
that way you
printout is
can,
very interesting.
yeah, well, I want you to be, my thing is, and I know this, I'm a trained as a speech therapist. So I want to protect your vocal cords. Okay, that's what we want to do. I want to
Okay.
protect. Oh, hands. Okay, someone was asking Elizabeth that you prefer questions, hands raised, or just jump in. If it gets too crazy, I'll make some changes. But I'm just kind of learning how to do the chat and the hands raised thing. So that's all on me, being a little bit behind the
Yes,
time.
ma'am. Thank
But
you.
okay, so whatever. Do we talk?
That's why ENTs are so important as well.
Yes. Yeah. So it's I like to just protect your vocal cords because you're going to need them for your whole career. I want that, I want everybody to keep healthy vocal cords and keep generally healthy in general. Uh, so yeah, so that's where my perspective comes in. I really want everybody to be healthy. So I noticed that a number of people don't know about how to project properly, how to do diaphragmatic breathing, project, or do some vocal hygiene. We're going to talk about that, and I'll go into all that. I've got a lot, and a lot of these exercises you probably haven't seen before. So some of them are going to be pretty physical. So it might take you a couple weeks to get it down. So we'll just, but I'm excited. I want to see how this goes over, see if everybody likes it, if we can do what we can do. So, my goal is to protect your vocal cords, keep your voice sounding good, uh, nice, young, and strong for as long as it possibly can. Keep it out of the creaky old age kind of thing. We don't want to do that. And try to keep the voice sounding good, keep the body sounding good. So you'll have a nice long career. That's we got a couple more minutes. But how is everybody doing with their career, by the way? Anybody working?
Just
I
getting started.
was, yes.
Sure. Cool. Oh, and Edgar, you wanted to say something? I'm sorry.
I just getting started into it.
Good for
This is
you.
actually one of my first webinars.
Oh, good for you. Well, welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm a people
And I've
person, so
told everybody this before. This is a good thing. You guys have to pat yourselves on the back, literally, figuratively, but to be able to do something, to put yourself out there, take a chance, go learn something. It's, I don't care what age you are, this is a good thing. Even if, You may not ever be, a superstar. That might not be your goal, but you're going to do better in your business. It's going to be better in your life. You'll have a lot more fun and have more experiences, things to talk about, rather than just the latest gallbladder operation. So,
I think I'm just one of the kind of people that just I want to make sure before I present myself out there and present my company that I do it well.
very good. That's it. And whether, you can use some of these skills in business, obviously, doing presentations for your business. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to go on YouTube, everybody has different goals. But the fact that you're doing something new and different is the cool part. That's what you got to pat yourself on the back. Not everybody's willing to take a chance, but this keeps you going. It's really well.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
filmed my first scene and I found the webinars from 9/9 useful in preparing that.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, that's great. That's good to hear. I have on the, like I said, I'm doing the Scots accent next week. We're doing that. And I've got a very funny video for that. And then if you take the Russian class, which I'm not sure when that's coming up, maybe next month. Yeah, next week it's crazy. I think I've got a Monday class and a Tuesday class, and I scheduled poorly. But the Russian class I've got, so I try to do something new each time because, well, some people take these classes over and over again, and I want to give them a little bit different perspective. And also, I don't want to be bored myself. So, I try to add a little bit. Yeah, that's the important part. I try to add a little bit something different each time. And the Russian class, we can fix things as we go. Nothing's written in stone. It's just ink, paper, and internet. So, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Why is it doing that? Not a panelist. Just come on, stop it. Somebody's having these little issues here. The Russian one, I've got a funny script that you can practice with. So, I've got to try to collect scripts. So, okay, we're almost there. So you've got I try to do some different things each time, just a little bit different. I don't want to keep people bored. And like I said, especially me, I don't want to be bored.
1 minute.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to have some fun with this. So I'm excited about this. I want to see because we have a lot to cover. So it might be, we may end up not quite getting everything in, but we'll do the best we can. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what everybody's goals are. Do this. I'm just waiting one more minute and we can be official. Come on. So I guess it's hot where you are. It's coolish here in Michigan, but it's supposed to be really ugly next week. So anyway.
Misery. It's misery here.
Oh, where are you?
Missouri.
Oh, you're in Missouri. Oh my goodness. Okay.
That would be pretty nice.
Well, we just have to be grateful that we have air conditioning. I hope you do. I hope it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. All right. This is my little business here, Barringer Consultants. That's me. Got a master. I did some training I did a lot of training, and I've been over 25 years doing it as a speech therapist. So I've got a medical background, and this is what I do now because it's fun. Visual and vocal image. I can help you talk better. And I think, Dory, that I went to New York, visit my son who was there, and I said that to one of his friends, and she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm a speech and voice coach. I can help you talk better." And she said, "Oh, really? That's fascinating. How do you do that?"
Well, we just start like this, like it just goes like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just so I just kept talking. Yeah, I was a little like remove foot from mouth and keep talking. So this is what I do, and I'm located in Michigan, but I talk to people all over. And this class is the actor's voice. We want to talk about integrating. Well, I don't do singing a lot. I usually refer people to a singing coach if they want to go that route. But theater people don't actually, especially actors, they don't, unless they're in a really, different type of class, they don't get a lot of information about the voice. So that's what I have noticed, and I want to address that as best I can here.
Like I have,
So here,
what
now
voice
I
do you
want
want?
to, pardon? Well,
Like
we
I have,
want to, there's a lot you can do. And
use.
pardon? Go ahead, pardon?
You'll have a script, but there's always a voice they want you to use.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you want to sound good, vibrant, excited. You don't want to sound dead and dull. So, for the class, I like participation. I like people talking and saying things. So if you have questions, you're probably asking the questions others are thinking. So please feel free to ask, but be polite. As I said, I'm not the
Oh,
best
yeah,
on,
be polite.
be polite, take turns. One at a time. And if there's a background noise, something like that, the dog barking, that may happen to me. She's being a bit woolly bully today. So if that happens, just try to, mute the kids screaming or whatever is going on. Uh,
Okay, I got a
we live in the
cat.
real world, right?
Voice.
So yeah, so just trying to mute the background. If you have to wash dishes, mute that. Okay, here we go. This is what we're going to, let's see. Okay, this is the overview. Sorry, I missed a slide here. This is the overview of what we're going to cover. I'm going to talk a lot about posture and movement. And then we're going to go into respiration, diaphragmatic breathing, and projection. We're going to talk a little bit about the anatomy of the vocal tract and the respiratory system. You may not have, it's online. You can look up all these photos and everything online. We're going to talk about how to take care of your voice, different aspects of that, and some interesting vocal warm-ups that you may or may not have seen before. I'm going to do some exercises. So this should be kind of fun, okay? I'm hoping it's going to be fun. That's my plan, because it's going to be different. But posture, you're going to find out, is very, very important. And I guess I'm addressing this a lot because we are all in front of our computers bent over. Okay, we're bent over, the shoulders are hunched, all that. And it gets to be a habit that we don't even realize we're doing. Okay,
I
so I
can
just
hear
want to make sure
myself.
I've got almost down. There's a couple late joiners here, so I'm just going to click on allow to talk. And if I don't get to you fast, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to try to get to the lecture here. Okay, so what we're doing, the reality is when you have good posture, it improves your appearance. You don't want to slouch on stage. You want to have presence. So you want to have good posture, even when you're sitting. So you can even when you're sitting on the bus, when you're driving in your car, it's not just standing up as good posture. You can have good posture in front of the computer. It's a habit. It's a habit, and it takes some work. But it's kind of the foundation of body language. You can always tell when somebody's not feeling good or when they're depressed. They're all, you can kind of figure it out. The head is down, they're talking low and all of that. So being up and vigorous and standing up straight indicates you've got good health. You're looking good. And it does affect your voice. And you can imagine that if you crunched over, you're crunching your neck, your voice is not getting that nice volume, that nice resonance. You're getting all crunched. It's not, it's going to affect your voice. It affects your nervous system. Now, if you're relaxed, you can sit back and relax.
I'm
But
up. Okay.
whether you're in a relaxed posture or a tense posture, but these are just some of the effects. There's obviously a lot, but this is kind of the top. It increases your confidence. If you're standing up straight and you walk into a room straight with good posture, you're going to feel better than if you slunk in. I mean, that's
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it seems small, but I would also invite you to not just think about it for standing, but for sitting. I've seen a lot of a lot of meetings. You look around and the people have their legs kind of skewed. They've kicked, in a meeting, you look under the table, like, oh God, she kicked her shoes off. That's gross. I mean, no. You want to you want to be able to have that good image all the time because you don't know who's watching. That's for sure. You really don't. So we're going to go a little bit into the respiratory system. You don't have to memorize anything. There's no test. Um, this is where the air comes in, goes into the larynx, the trachea, down through here. And, you can breathe in through your nose or through your mouth. We're lucky that way. And, you can go online for a better picture. But I hope everybody has the handout. If you don't have a handout, oh, somebody's trying to chat. Okay. Okay. Someone sings in the morning when they feel this is a good idea. Okay, I'm going to try to get, there we go, another person. If there's anybody else, I'm trying to get as we go. Okay. Then the trachea, the larynx is here. That's where your voice box is. Then it goes down, bifurcates into both lungs. Okay, your right and left. Now I'm just going to mention a couple of things. Alveoli are these little sacs. They're really very fragile. Okay, if you look at a lung like from a chicken or something like that, because maybe you can get a chicken with some stuff in it yet, but it's real fragile. It falls apart. These alveoli are little tiny sacs. So when you breathe in, that's where the oxygen is exchanged into your bloodstream. Okay. So the breathing, the getting the oxygen into your bloodstream, and then where does the bloodstream go? It goes to your brain, which is a good idea. You want to get oxygen to your brain. It kind of helps you do things like think. So it's a good idea. The other, yeah, some people forget this part, but it does help you think. This is, I know,
Oh my God.
I know. I mean, we could do jokes all night. We could do a whole stand-up on this. But now what I want you to just pay attention to is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a big, flat, dome-shaped muscle that separates the upper part of your body from the lower part of your body. Okay, so it separates the thorax from the abdomen, your lungs from your guts, put it bluntly. Okay, this is the important one because you're going to need this for breathing. When we're talking about diaphragmatic breathing, this is the diaphragm about which we are talking. So we want this diaphragm, you can see in a relaxed position, it's up. When we take a deep breath, the lungs fill, and then it pushes the diaphragm down so that we can expand and get more air into the lungs. Good idea. Then when we do that, then we can use the diaphragm to project your voice, okay? So here we go. We're going to do the basics. Now, let me just ask you, has anybody had any experience with diaphragmatic breathing? Nobody. Okay, this is what I was concerned about because okay, let me just check any more participants. Unless you are a trained singer, it's been my experience that people tend to not know much about it. So we're going to do it. It's on your handout, the smaller, the handout, I think it's a 4 or 5 page one this time. So here's what you do. This is the exercise. It's on your handout. You can follow along. But you're going to start out lying on your back on a hard surface. If you do it in the bed, you might go to sleep. So I recommend like a carpeted floor or put a mat on. One hand on the chest, one hand on your abdomen, down on your tummy below your rib cage. Now you're going to inhale. I don't really care if it's 3 or 6 or whatever, but you're going to inhale more than you exhale. Okay, the inhale is shorter, but it's going to be deeper. So you're going to inhale like 2, 3, and then inhale. Now, what you're trying to do is keep this hand on your chest still. And what happens is the abdomen will distend. It will get bigger. You'll have a bigger tummy. You're going to push your tummy out. Because basic physics, no two things can occupy the same space at the same time. All right. So this takes a little work. I had a client that took him 2 weeks to figure it out. This is a different muscle movement. Don't be too hard on yourself, but that's why I do start by laying down. It gives you the support in the back that you might need. So you're going to be doing this hand stay still, and then let's see if I can, and then the tummy goes, okay? So it goes out. This is what opera singers do. This is what many singers do. There's many different kinds of breathing. You know, the Pilates has it. Ballerinas have a different one where they have to maintain that nice slim line. So everybody's got, whoopsies. The Buddhists have different ones. There's many, many different ways to breathe. Fortunately, like if you're here, you're doing pretty well. You've kind of figured out the basics, So glad you're here. Okay, so when you can try that. So does anybody want to try it? Tell me what you think. Oh, somebody has, yeah, if you have a respiratory
I tried it. My dog keeps licking my face though.
I know that feeling. I really do. Yeah, I've got, what kind of dog you have?
She's a Brindle Pit Bull.
Okay, so you got a big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 100-pound lap dog myself.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
Rottweiler. Yeah. And
100-pound dog lap dog is fun.
It's good on you. Yeah. So
I have
if you
breathing issues.
yes, if you have a breathing issue, just take it slow. And if it's too hard, just it may not work for you. Don't be too hard on yourself. We can go through the whole session and then you can see how this works for you. It may help. You might be able to do just part of it. Don't push it too hard. The big thing is overall health. Okay. I want everybody healthy. Keep your vocal cords strong and healthy. That's the biggest thing. So if you have breathing complications, just take it easy. Okay.
Is it good to practice this exercise every day or?
Well, see if you can get to it. Then we will get to the end here. Now, when you do it lying down, then you progress to sitting up, like what I'm doing here, where you can take a deep breath and let it out. And this hand doesn't move, the hand on the tummy moves. But it takes a little bit of effort. Yeah, Chris?
Yeah, so when you said to move the hand on your abdomen, are you referring to the fact that when you're taking deep breaths, the hand's going to move naturally? You're not physically moving the hand. It's
right. Exactly. It's going to move naturally. You don't want to push it.
Okay.
You just want to let it happen. But this is a new muscle movement for most people. It takes a little time. Don't be too hard on yourself. And, like I said, I had a client, it took him 2 weeks and he was perfectly healthy and, all of that was not a problem. It just took him 2 weeks to go, oh, that's how you do it. So give yourself some time. We're going back, go back to this, this picture. We're looking at this diaphragm. We want this to go down. We want the lungs to fill up. So you're going to concentrate on filling up think about the lower half of the lungs filling up, and then your tummy will come out automatically. Okay, it'll come out naturally, relaxed. If you have, like I've seen people these are the clavicle bones up here on your shoulder, you can feel it. If you see somebody that's breathing really like this, they're doing some clavicular breathing. It could mean they've got some fluid on the lungs. This is not a real efficient way, but it's another part of the lung. We're kind of focused right now on just filling up the lower part of the lung that kind of gets neglected here. So we just want to concentrate on moving the hand that rests on the abdomen. Okay. Like I said, this can take some time here. So when you try that, then you do the sitting and then you progress to standing. Then guess where we're going? We're going to go to speaking with the diaphragmatic breath. Now, the difference is, I'll try to show you the difference. And like I said, you may not get it this time. You might have to practice this and go over it. And I will just tell you, if you have any issues, you're worried about something, just, you know what, you can give me a call and I can talk you through it. No charge. Just give me a call. And my concern is that everybody stay healthy and learn how to do this because I've been concerned when I found out that not many of the actors really know how to do this. The difference is if I want to talk loud and I'm just doing it the way that, this is talking from your throat and you're projecting, you're shouting. It is, first of all, it's unattractive. If you're just shouting like this doesn't sound real good. But the difference is, and you can't do it for very long, you get very tired. The difference is if you take a nice diaphragmatic breath, then I can project like this for very long, and the breath is supporting, the diaphragm supporting the breath. I'm speaking from the diaphragm, and I can do like this without damaging my vocal cords. You can tell the difference if I'm doing this and shouting. A lot of teachers, I've worked with teachers on this, because when you're doing this and you're shouting at the class, your vocal cords that they get laryngitis, they lose their voice, all that stuff. So this way you can be on stage and you can project your voice using the diaphragm muscle, nice deep breath, and then you can project on stage and you can talk like this for a long time without damaging your vocal cords, and you can project to the back of the theater. Okay, that makes some sense.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So that's what my goal is. I want you to just, if you get nothing else out of, we're going to go through a whole bunch of other stuff, but try to do this, but give yourself some time. But yeah, and you can go online. There's images of like opera singers, and when they do it, oh my goodness, their tummy comes way up. But a lot of singers, even with the microphone, we've got the microphone, but yes, Chris, is it Chris or Sharon? I can't tell where the hand is. Somebody's
Chris.
raising their hand. Is it Chris?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still had it raised. I just lowered it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just don't want to miss anybody. And if I am,
I
I'm
did.
sorry. It's me.
I
Robert,
did.
how you doing there, buddy?
I'm well, thank you. Just a question, is the diaphragmatic breathing, is that what gives you the capability to, say, swim underwater a longer distance?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And to carry on a conversation or to even a dialogue to extend the time that you can do it at the same level?
Good point. Yes, absolutely. If you can take a nice deep breath, because see, the goal is to be able to do this naturally. Like just do it everyday speech.
I'm gonna try
That
to
would
lay
be
it down.
pardon?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, do you have a question? That's okay. But this is the goal, because you're actors, you want to be able to control that voice, that projection without damaging your vocal cords so you can continue for the whole course of the play or the whole, whatever's going on in your life. Okay, some people are saying they've, I still have problems. What do you recommend? Okay, someone has a little, some surgery. Take it slow on this right now. I'd have to, okay. I'll talk to you later. And then
Yeah, that's me.
yeah, I'll talk to you later. Give me a call later, okay? And then yeah, seriously, just give me a call after the conference here. And then someone was saying that they naturally speak loud and they don't realize they're doing it. I'm going to tell you something a little bit.
Sometimes I talk real loud. Sometimes I talk really, really soft.
Okay, can you not tell?
My throat's really, really scratchy.
Okay. Not a doctor, can't diagnose, but make sure, we're going to the vocal hygiene. But if you cannot tell where your volume is, first of all, record yourself so that you actually can hear yourself from outside of yourself. But the other thing is,
Truth told, I can't stand how I sound.
Oh, well, you come to the right place. We can help you out here. That's kind of what I do. It's kind of like, but
Yeah.
I work with.
Grateful you could be heard. be grateful that you have a voice.
Well, no, Robert, that's a real good point. That's a real good point. But I will also invite people that if you are concerned about certain areas of your voice, and I did this with an aviation conference because I kind of got involved with aviation, and a number of pilots, I had them screened for hearing, and they didn't realize their hearing because it's very insidious. It sneaks away real fast, and we have a lot with earbuds in our ears now, and that's a whole other thing that I could get on a podium about. But check your hearing.
Yeah, I just put that in the chat box that I wonder if he has some type of hearing loss.
It's something to check. If you're not sure how your voice sounds or whatever, but like I said, it was an amazing number of pilots because I was doing this aviation conference, and they were shocked. They were shocked, and they're because they're on they have the headsets and they're talking all the time, and they didn't realize it was slowly going downhill, and they were able to catch it in time. So that's a good thing. So I would, if you're really concerned, it doesn't hurt, can't hurt to just take a little hearing test and see where you are, because we've got, there's so much stuff. It gets crazy. But I had a client one time who was very, very deaf, very hard of hearing, and her family had no idea. And they said, "Oh, she's fine." I said, "No, Aunt Selma's really deaf." And I had to drop a whole pile of books behind her wheelchair. She was in a wheelchair. Dropped the book, and she didn't react at all. What they were doing is they were compensating. They were looking directly at her, speaking slowly, moving their mouth, and saying, "Aunt Selma, Bob's coming for dinner. Isn't that great?" And then she would nod and smile, and they thought she was fine. They were compensating, didn't even realize it. It was like, oh my goodness, but they had no idea. So anyway, if you need a handout, check with Justin, because it has all the information here, and we'll just keep moving on. This is basic anatomy of the vocal tract, a little bit more. Like I said, you're not getting a test on this, but this is just to show you where the air goes in, comes down here, and there's a little bit better view of the vocal cords. And this is where the esophagus goes that way, which is kind of like a blood vessel with no blood in it. And this is the epiglottis. This is when you chew and swallow, the food goes down. This closes to protect your airway. But you can see the airway, they made a good design here where it's rigid and you can breathe even when you're sleeping. Because if it was a flat muscle, you wouldn't be able to breathe while you're sleeping. It wouldn't be a good plan. So that's what's going on. The other thing that can happen if people get injured in the neck, or they have arthritis or some other kind of calcification, these bones can build up, and then they can push on the esophagus and even start causing some problems with the voice. So something else to think about. Not to worry about.
I deal with that daily.
Oh, really? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you.
Especially when you try to swallow big pills, even small pills. I choke. So, I've been trying to conquer it.
Okay, well, start with the posture. And then puree some of that stuff. Pop it in the blender. I have a hard time swallowing large pills too. And then, and some people are just smaller back there. Not, we're all built the same, but we're different. And there's all kinds of we've got all kinds of little changes. So, if you're having a hard time, just
it had to do with that surgery I had. They went through the throat, moved my vocal cords, everything to get to my disc in the neck, and remove the disc out of the neck.
Oh boy.
Highly unusual.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back to, we're going to give you some basics here of how to take care of your voice. But you can see, and thank you for sharing with us, actually, sir, because it just lets people know there's a lot of things can go wrong. Things, you have to take care of yourself. You want to prevent what you can, okay?
Couldn't that be thickening in the esophagus as well?
Oh yeah, you can get with if the bones in your neck start calcifying or getting larger or lumpy, or you've got, they can definitely affect your swallowing. Absolutely. And then it can push against a couple other things. Yeah, it can get a little messy. So I would
Yeah,
just say,
amen
please
on
drink.
that.
I'll take a little sip, but while we're here, I would just say you should have some water nearby. It's a good idea. So, okay, here's some basic vocal hygiene. Like I said, it's on your handouts. Hopefully, if you have it. If you don't have it, you can contact me and I can send it to you, or Justin can send it to you. So,
It's on
you've got options.
Justin's message today.
Pardon?
It was on Justin's message today.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. So if you got it, take a look at it or download it later, or, we can do it. That's good. Thank you. So here's some basic vocal hygiene. These are just the tip of the iceberg, okay? Good posture. That's, like I said, that also helps your resonance and everything. So you want to make sure you're not crunched over and all of that, like that. Protect your hearing. Boy, we just addressed that a little bit. Protect your hearing means watch the earbuds. Anything you put in your ear, there's an auditory nerve. It goes right to your brain. So I really don't like those earbuds. I don't wear them. I think that's, I don't need it pumping into my brain all the time. And then if you are in a place, I think I had,
Don't use them either.
So just protect your hearing. So if it's too loud, and I've been some places where it's too loud, and I leave. It's just that's kind of what I like. Okay, I have to protect my hearing. It's kind of important. So but massage is good. You got to be careful. Oh, tinnitus. Ooh, you've gotten through it. We'll talk about some other things. Boy, this is interesting. And thank you for everybody's input here. This is great. Okay, protect your hearing. Try not to wear the earbuds, especially how people do this when they're hiking. No, you want to know what's coming up behind you. You really do.
Yes, you do.
You really do. It could be a whole bunch of bicyclists, bikers. It could be a bear. I'm in Michigan. We think like that. I happened to be hiking one time and I heard this enormous crack. And I was just in a local woods, nothing big and, scary up north or anything. Local woods. I heard this huge crack. I didn't look behind me. I ran like crazy, and it was a huge limb of a tree, not a branch, but a huge limb. It brushed my shoulder. It must have been 20 or 30 feet long.
Oh, wow.
I avoided that's called a widowmaker. People go hunting in the woods and they don't come back. It could be because a log fell on them. I mean, it's very dangerous. So protect your hearing. Yeah. It was a bit scary. Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, it was, I just kept running.
Yeah, my question.
I'm not going to look and see where it is. I mean, just going to go, just go.
Now, protecting your hearing, I mean, I wear Bluetooth headphones at night to listen to my TV. Is that bad? Like, I listen all night long.
Okay. It's not, you kind of know already, though you're asking. I think it's not good for you to do. There might be other reasons, I mean, but I would kind of ease off on that. If you're trying to get sleep,
I suffer with tinnitus, and I try to drain that ringing out of my ears.
Oh, honey, I feel for you. Yeah. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, but at least make it some pleasant music or something. Some meditation. There's a lot of all-night meditations and, the hypnosis or something that might calm everything and
like I listen
the brown
to like
noise or the green, whatever they've got.
I need to check your blood pressure too.
Interesting point. Interesting point. Okay, we've got to get moving because we're gonna love to go.
Ma'am.
I'm sorry, but I'll talk to you later. Yeah, now the other thing is drink plenty of water. Now I've got even when, like if you're doing physical therapy or something like that, it's surprising that you need more water, even if you think you're just in their office and moving your arms and legs a little bit, you don't think, no, you need more water than you think you do. If you drink coffee like I do, you have to drink more water.
I'm a
Um,
coffee
but
lover.
yeah, I'm not going to go, it's like everybody's got to have their thing. And I
That
avoid other
includes
stuff,
tea
but
too for the tea drinkers out
the
there.
tea and the coffee, yeah, but try to drink some extra water. What I would recommend is at least do 2 glasses of water in the morning before you even drink your coffee. At least do that.
I do. That's something I've been trying to practice doing
Good for you.
lately.
Good for you. At least do 2 glasses of water before you start the coffee. And then you can expand from there. But you don't want to make it, if you want to develop a habit, you don't want to make it so onerous that you're dreading it. If you just say, I'm just going to drink 1 glass of water, it's better than none,
Yeah,
okay?
that's right.
1 extra glass of
I
water.
I put lemon in my water, lemon slices.
That's good. It's a lot better than, tequila.
Actually, it depends.
Yeah, I try not to put the
You were
Kahlua in
saying,
the coffee either.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yes.
whiskey.
Okay, Elizabeth, yeah?
you were saying about the coffee. I'm from Michigan, born and raised up
Oh,
near
okay.
Traverse City.
Oh, you're
So
from Traverse, okay.
okay, so I miss I'm gonna say it, and I'm not because when I say it, you'll know what I mean. Big B Coffee's original name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really miss that coffee.
That was a good coffee.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's a
Well, I live
company
in
that
Florida
had,
now, so I can't
yeah.
well, they did open up one here in Jacksonville, around the corner from
Uh-huh.
the house, as a matter of fact. But you know what? It don't taste the same.
Oh,
It's
I found
water.
a lot of things don't taste the same.
Yeah.
They don't. Oreo cookies don't taste the same.
That's
No.
true.
Found out why. They make them in Mexico and the recipe's completely different. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay. So I don't crave Oreos anymore. It's done. Okay, here we better go. Avoid talking above a loud noise. Now this is where you can get, can watch your hearing and also, but if there's loud noise in the background, what happens is you automatically start speaking louder. If you're starting to speak too loud, then you may not be aware of how loudly you are talking and you could be damaging your vocal cords. And it's an automatic. Somebody's loud out there, you're going to raise your voice. So you have to be aware and say, okay, I'll tell you what, Bob, let's go out on the patio and talk. Or let's meet later, or just write notes, if you're in a noisy bar. And there's been a lot of noisy bars because of the soccer, World Cup and all that going on. So just, even if you go into a bar, it's real easy to start, or a restaurant. Some restaurants are noisier than others. And so try to avoid as much as you can, not trying to curtail your social life, but be aware of it. Just something to be aware of. Now, this one I just want to talk real quickly about dairy products. Now, dairy is known to create mucus in the throat. It does.
Yeah.
Now, some people feel it, some people do not. Some people can tell when they have too much dairy and they can feel the mucus, and some people just aren't aware of it or it doesn't bother them. Like I said, we're all the same, but we're all a little different. The way you have to do it is assess your reaction to dairy products. I was working with a singer who was having some issues, and she didn't know that yogurt was dairy. I mean, everybody has their images of things. So, right, okay. Yogurt is dairy. Dairy is anything, milk, okay.
From the breast. Anything from the breast.
Anything, yeah, it's not eggs. Eggs are not dairy. Eggs come from chickens, turkeys, ducks, and all that kind of stuff. But milk is, somebody suggested slice of ginger and lemon. Yeah. Massage okay, slice of ginger and lemon and add it to your tea. There, Steve, and then apple cider vinegar might help. Yep, the good ideas. But you have to test your own. So I just told her 3 days before a performance, No butter, no milk, no goat milk, none of that. No cheese, no yogurt, just for 3 days, see what happens. Made a big difference in her, and so she could eat yogurt the rest of the time, but before a performance, just stop it for 3 days. Now, maybe you need to stop it for 5 days. I don't know. But give it a shot, see what trial it, see what you can do, and just say, okay, I'm going to leave this out and see if I can tell the difference with my. And a lot of people, because they don't even pay attention to their throat and what they sound like and their voice and all that. I'm talking about a singer here, but it applies the same to actors. You have to know, what's good for you and what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I invite you to just give it a shot. No dairy for like 3 days. See what happens. Maybe no dairy for 5 days.
Okay.
Tell the difference. Yeah, I mean, it's just an experiment.
Excuse me, I wanted to say that human beings are the only species that still continue to consume dairy products outside of our species, no less. So, like, we're not only drinking milk into our adulthood, but even from a different species. So if you think about that, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, well, we're the only ones that know how to make cheese too. So,
That's right.
Yeah, we do different things.
And wine.
We just, we've got a bigger brain, so we figured this out. So yeah, but it's true. But everybody has, some people are very sensitive to gluten, some people aren't. And excuse me. It's just, you have to, but it's a good idea, I think, to assess where you personally are, whether it's dairy products or allergies to smoke or whatever it is. It's a good idea to assess what bothers you. Then you know how to take care of you and your voice and keep it going. So obviously, don't smoke cigarettes, tobacco products, inhale drugs if you can avoid it. And I'm going to throw vaping in there. Vaping is worse than cigarettes.
Amen.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I mean, take a look at some of the actors of old. How good, Humphrey Bogart, how would he look if he was vaping instead of smoking a cigarette? I'm sorry, but it just is not as sexy. I'm sorry. It's my personal opinion. If you're going to smoke, at least do a cigarette and look cool. Or a cigar, and look cool. But
a lot of these inhaler medications will affect your vocal cords too.
Oh, anything
COPD, all those inhalers.
Oh yeah, all of that. It's really, I mean, thank goodness we've got it to help people who need it, but there's always, some effects that we didn't really want. But I would really invite you to at least don't vape. And, it just, in my personal opinion, it just doesn't look that cool. It doesn't look that cool. If you're going to smoke, smoke. But it's not good for your vocal cords. It really isn't. But vaping is actually worse for your lungs. I mean, it's hot air you're breathing in. I mean, it's into your lungs. It's not that great. Now, here's something I want you to know. There's more. I've got like 30 different vocal hygiene things I can talk to you about. But if your voice changes significantly, go see a physician, go see a doctor. I had a client, a young woman who was a heavy smoker, and she wanted me to take her on as a client to help her get rid of her. But her voice was so bad, it scared me. I said, you've got to see a doctor first. I was afraid she was already in real bad shape. I mean, she could have had cancer. I don't know. I never heard from her, but I said, I'm not working with you until you see a doctor. Because
a lot of neurologic conditions present with vocal cord changes, right? Like ALS.
Absolutely, yeah. You have to. If you have a sudden, especially if it's sudden vocal voice changes, something like that, go see a doc. Please do that.
Later.
So now we're going to go on to, because I want to get through some of this. Vocal production is a physical activity. You got to think that in physical activity affects your voice. Okay? You can imagine after you run a little bit, if you jog a little bit, you're going to be jogging, like, it's going to affect your voice. Okay? So we're going to do some dips. This is called the plumb line. You want to move. This is it's going to be kind of crazy. You're going to be moving through the room. You can imagine yourself walking through a room and imagine that strings are attached to your head and your heels and they're pulling upward. The head is pulling upward and the heels are pulling downward. So you're going to be like imagining yourself getting stretched. And then imagine strings attached to your chest so that it's going to be pulled up. Okay. Imagine strings on your shoulder that are pulling you up. Imagine strings are right on your hip bones where your legs meet your torso, pulling up. You want to feel this lengthening and the widening. So you want to, this is kind of an alignment, a body alignment. You want to think of a beam of light and energy high in the chest and a connection to your environment, to other humans, whatever, but you can feel the difference when you do this and then you let it go. What happens to you, and this may take you several times to do this. You don't have to do it right now, but if somebody wants to try it, let me know. But I will tell you, I did, when I'm talking about connection to environment and other humans, you're dealing with some energy here in your body, okay? There's some energy going on. And we all are, somewhat energetic here. I'm going to try to let some other people in. I volunteered for horse rescue, and they would tell us, I did it for a year. Whew, that was work. Very enlightening. Yeah, I was up 8 a.m. Monday morning, an hour away, rain or snow, feeding the horses. They told us when we were at least a mile away, to start calming down, relaxing, and bringing the energy level down because the horses could feel it.
Yeah.
What? They're prey animals. They feel the vibrations amazingly. So if they knew that there's a predator in the area, a lion or whatever, they can tell. They know, they get agitated. So they wanted us to bring the energy level down. So if you had an argument with your kid or your husband, or you had somebody cut you off in traffic, you want to cut it down, calm down so you can deal with the calm horses. So when you're talking about connection to other things, this is this energy. But I would be interested in if anybody tries this out, tried a couple of times. This is kind of a different vocal warm-up than what you're used to, I'm sure. I'd like to know how this helps and how you feel. Okay, does this make some, like I said, it's in the handout. So, if you need it, let me know.
Isn't that like walking the runway? You have your line?
It could be, yeah, but this is basically you're looking to align your body because I want you to get enough room in here for more air. Okay, and it'll make you feel better. You'll get better posture because that's what we're kind of focusing on, the posture and getting more air in your lungs so that you can project and talk for long periods of time.
Or are we pretending to be like a puppet or so? You know how to because how you say like bodies and strings and stuff. You know how the puppeteers had the puppets on the strings and it was moving them around.
Yeah, if that's a good image for you, and you can, if that's like okay, but this is going to be you not letting somebody else pull the strings. You're pulling your own strings. You're pushing, you're pulling the string your head. Yeah, I mean yourself. You're thinking of your head coming up, and I think they've used various images of this, like with modeling. It used to be if you were a model, you could balance books on your head and walk across the room. We don't do that anymore, but it's at least some places still do it. So it's another one to think about just to get your posture. But I also want you to think about it when you're sitting, not just standing. Okay, if somebody needs the handout, okay, we're gonna go, okay. No, this is a live session. This is not someone was asking. Nope, this is live. It's me. It's not pre-recorded. This is the first time I'm doing this class. So, okay, now we're going to try this hum. So you're going to sit with your back straight.
I've been practicing it the whole time.
Oh, good for you. Sit with your back straight. You take a diaphragmatic inhalation, expanding your diaphragm as much as you can. As much as you can, and then exhale, vocalizing the sound hum. Hum. Okay, until you're out of breath. and you repeat 5 times. You can do it, and hopefully you'll get longer and longer. You can time it, see how you go, but this is the hum. You can even do it different tones, but at least do it in the neutral tone, so you're not making any, not stretching or straining. And you just take a deep breath, and you do, now what I'm doing is, have you ever heard of the Wim Hof? So I do that, and so I can hold my breath on empty lungs for about 1.5 minutes. Some of the guys can do 3 minutes. I'm working on it, but I can do 1.5 minutes, which is on empty lungs. That's a whole different ballgame. But it does show you what you can do and how you can control. So this I would invite you to do. Repeat 5 times. We're going to do it every day. If you want to do it every other day, working into your schedule, doing it in the car, just don't hyperventilate. Be careful. You're doing it while commuting. But this is something to do. Another kind of different vocal warm-ups. Okay, we're doing okay. Now this is another physical one. The roll down. It's kind of part yoga. You widen your throat back like you're going to yawn. Your tongue will be touching the lower gum ridge behind your teeth. You're going to do a low pitch to a high pitch when you roll down. So you're just going to bend over. Okay? So you start, and then you bend over. Okay, and it gets higher. Then when you roll up slowly, think of it as a yoga, kind of coming back up. Then you're going to go the reverse, high to low. So it's, oh, and you do that a couple of times. See how that works. Because we want to get these, what I'm focusing on here is getting more breath, but also getting some control over your high and low pitch. You want to know how you can change your pitch, because this is another little aside here. If you get tired talking, and you're talking to, say you're giving a speech or a presentation, and you're talking and talking at your normal pitch level, and you get a little tired, well, what if you change your pitch level and got a little higher? Well, see, because when your vocal cords are banging against each other like this, they're generally hitting in the same spot, okay? So if you change your pitch, they're going to hit in a different spot, and it'll rest them. That makes sense? Okay? Because the vocal cords are a 1/2 inch long, and they're covered with a couple of different cell width membranes. People can argue how many cells, but like it's about, you can imagine how thin those membranes are. And so they kind of go in a wave like this. So they're slamming together, but then the membranes are doing this wave. So it's kind of a complicated thing. So if you can kind of change your pitch a little bit, and you know how to do it, you can give your voice a little rest. So that's one thing to do. The other one is the Sphinx. This is lying down on a mat, your carpet. Your forearms are on the ground. Your shoulders are down. Again, this kind of a yoga thing. You stretch out your face and tongue. Your pharynx, which is way back here. That's why I showed you the images there. Keep your eyes wide. You widen your eyes. And then you're doing really making a face. And you're using ha, 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 ha. And you can hold that for various lengths. Find an easy pitch. Maybe it's low, whatever's comfortable. Maybe you're going to go, oh, 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 oh. You play with it. There's, you can make them short, you can make them longer, you can mix it up. Hold that pitch for various lengths. Find an easy one. Don't stress, don't strain. This is just getting some muscular movement back in here. I said, this is stuff that, they teach in voice class. So this is a little bit different. This is the actor's voice. So we're trying to get some pharynx widening back here. Get you used to moving the tongue, getting it out there. And does that make sense? Does anybody need a little bit more explanation? Does it make sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Yeah, you can probably look on a yoga thing, and it'll show you how to do some of these moves. Pardon?
Makes sense.
What?
Okay, good. Now here's,
my
let's see.
granddaughter is a yoga expert. She teaches at the university, so maybe I should check this out.
You should check with her. That's a great, great resource. That's good. Okay, now this is something called a pitch glide. Now I'm just going to show you the image here. This is kind of what we're looking to. Gives you a visual. But a pitch glide is you're going to start high, comfortable high note. We're not trying out for the opera. It doesn't have to be pretty, okay? Oh, down to a low. Okay, we're not trying to, like I said, we're not trying out for the opera. We don't have to be pretty here. Not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch some of the chat ones here. Start a comfortable high note. Then you go. You can glide, or you can glide like just slide down like a slide, or you can do something called a step glide. You can do that. You can do it with the sound E, like E, or you can do and it takes. You're not used to this. You're not used to it. People can make fun of you, and that's okay. Then you want to reverse the glide. Go from a low note, glide up the scale to a high note. You can use it. And it doesn't have to be, we're not even looking at an octave here. We're just looking at whatever's comfortable for you right now. Now, later, when you do this and you get used to this part of it, where it's just the easy glide, you're not pushing yourself, you're not, when it's easy or comfortable, and we're talking like a week or two here, okay? Maybe longer. So don't think like tomorrow I'm going to do, no. Easy peasy, small steps. Don't make it too hard. You want to extend to the highest and lowest notes in your range. So if you go, start low down here, like Mickey Mouse. That's a falsetto. And then okay? That's all we're doing. And then you go as high as you can falsetto, and then down to low where you can go down here. No rush. This is all for you to just get comfortable and see how this works. Start with what's comfortable. Don't strain. The whole point is we're going to exercise your vocal cords, but we do not want to strain them. My whole focus is taking care. That's why we go back to, if you can't do this, I want you to go back to the diaphragmatic breathing. That's most important. That's your foundation. That's the important part. And the vocal hygiene, taking care of it. So this is kind of an image that kind of gives you the idea of going high to low, and then you just reverse it from low to high, just the opposite. Yeah. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got to see, as actors, you've got to get used to, because you might have to change a pitch. You might have to do a character that requires a different sound. And so this is some way to start. You've got to start learning how to control your voice. Gosh, control my voice. I need to control humidity here. But at any rate, okay. Now I'm going to go back to, if you have any questions, this is my number. You can text or call. Okay, because I really do not want you, this is a challenging thing. I do not want you damaging your vocal cords. We have to be careful, and I don't want you damaging your hearing. Again, if you have any concerns, please see a doc. And then here's some resources. Now, this is fun. This Douglas Campbell on learning, it's about breathing. It's not very long. Copy this. It's a YouTube thing. It's, Canada Theater Museum. It's on YouTube. He's excellent. It's a really interesting, especially for actors, really interesting take.
I'm going to have to get me a computer.
Yeah, you probably have to. But
I got a cell phone.
Pardon?
I'm using my cell phone.
Oh, you're using your cell phone. Okay. Well, it's probably on your computer. You can probably get it on your cell. I mainly use a computer. I do have a cell phone. I just upgraded recently, and I'm kind of one of those people that has 3 apps on it, and that's it. I don't do a lot. I don't do a lot. No, I don't need to be any more distracted than I already am. But I highly recommend this. This is a lot of fun. It's very educational, and it's always good to get some different info. Now, I do have, you want to subscribe? Let me know. Give me your email and you get a free monthly newsletter. Some people have already, I've only just started it because people seem to want it, so I just started it. It's free. And then you can get a digital copy of 7 Strategies for Dynamic Voice for Actors. It has more info on the diaphragmatic breathing and some other information to help your voice and speech. And that's me. You can contact me. That's my text. And any questions here? Go back to, anybody have any questions about what we did? There was a lot of material here. This is a lot, this is very different.
I just sent you my email.
Okay.
Address. Please send me all that information, please.
Oh, okay, certainly. Thank you so much, sir. So I just do a monthly newsletter. I don't try to bother anybody too much, but I try to give some kind of
You're not bothering me.
a little bit different information and coming at it from a different perspective. So, because I know actors do different, they need different things. There's different things.
What's your phone number, please?
Oh, that's the phone number.
Okay.
That's the phone or text right there. If anybody has any other additional questions, or you want to try something out, I mean, I rattled through this kind of fast because I wanted to cover everything. But if somebody wanted to try something and let me listen to you, I'd be glad to do that. You want to do a pitch glide?
Let's see.
Does anybody else, want to do a pitch glide? Somebody want to try it out? See how it goes?
High, low. High, low.
There we go. Okay, wait, one at a time. Who just did?
Me, Leslie.
Okay, try it. Okay. Now try it down. High to low. Okay. Okay, that's it. Yeah, you just keep, just keep trying that. You need to get some control.
Okay.
Okay, we need to smooth that out a little bit, Steve, but it's a good start. Good start. Anybody else want to try it? Whoops.
B. Thomas.
Okay. Mr. Thomas. Very good, good. Okay. Now you want to go the reverse?
Sounds like Formula One.
Yeah. That's my son's big thing. I listen to Formula One with him all the time. Yeah.
Well,
I learned more about car racing. Yeah.
It was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I couldn't tell.
I played saxophone.
Oh no. I've always wanted a goat.
I play saxophone.
What that is, right? GTO. I wanted a goat.
Yes. Yes.
72 goat. Yeah.
What year?
72.
We had a 64 GTO convertible.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's even cooler. Yeah, that's even cooler. Yeah, that's great. So everybody got the idea there?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. So whatever you do, at least try to focus on the diaphragmatic breathing and then do one of these. You don't have to do them all. This is a big project here.
It's
so
been
just
very
give it a shot.
helpful.
It was great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, let me know what you think. If you're having any trouble, contact me because I don't want you hurting yourselves. I really don't.
We'll give you a call.
Okay, real good. You take care, everybody.
Give me a call.
Thank you, Corinne. Have a great night.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful
Bye
weekend.
now.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Corinne. Have a
Thank
good
Thank you.
one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Okay, bye everyone. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'm always screwing
Bye
up.
bye.
Bye-bye.